Thank you for joining me. In this class, we're going to be doing some gentle yoga. If you have been away from yoga for a while, or if you'd like to try yoga and you've been a little bit nervous about it, or if you just need a good stretch, this class is going to feel really good for your body. What we want to start with is a comfortable seated position. If you can sit comfortably with your legs crossed, let's start that way. If it's not comfortable for you to cross your legs, just find that position that feels comfortable for your knees and your hips. You can have your feet together, you can have your legs extended forward if you prefer. If you want to try half lotus, you can place one foot on top of your opposite leg, but this is just an option. If it doesn't feel good, please don't force it. Then we want to make sure that we're sitting up. Instead of slouchy, let's lift the very top of the head towards the ceiling. Now, we don't need to push the chin up, but if you lift the top of your head and relax your shoulders, you'll get a nice long neck, long spine. Your arms and your hands can rest however you would like them to be. And from here, we're going to close the eyes. You want to let your focus turn inward. And as you breathe, go ahead and close your mouth. So you start breathing through your nose, and now you're focusing on your breath. Each inhale slowly filling your lungs, trying not to shrug, let your chest open as your lungs fill completely. And then exhaling slowly through the nose until your lungs are empty, and then you can take the next breath in. Every one of us has a different lung capacity. We all have different breathing patterns. So you're just taking this moment to find the breath that fits your body. And you want to continue those slow, full, deep breaths throughout class. And when you're ready to take your next inhale, let's reach the arms overhead. And you can look up and stretch. Then we'll tighten the center of the body and let's bend the elbows slightly. We want to pull the shoulder blades towards each other. So we're contracting and strengthening the upper back. The chest is lifted and open. And we just want to breathe here. And we'll inhale and bring the arms up. And let's come into a prayer pose, bringing your hands right in front of your heart. We're going to interlace the fingers and press the arms forward. Now we don't want to lean forward, but as you extend your arms, just press through the palms of the hands. Let's drop the chin towards the chest and press the center of your spine back towards the wall behind you. We're contracting the chest now, stretching across the upper back, and also stretching through the back of the neck. We'll inhale and lift the arms up. And we'll exhale and take the arms straight out to the sides. And now we're going to go into owl pose, a little twist. Let's turn to the left. We'll bring the right hand across to rest on the left knee, and we'll twist at the waist, looking over your left shoulder and reaching your arm back behind you. Now stay as you are. I'm going to twist or turn so you can see what it's going to look like from the side. As I'm twisting at the waist, looking over the left shoulder, you can just continue to extend your arm back, or you could bring your hand lightly to the ground We don't want to transfer our weight. We don't want to rest in the arm, but if you press your hand to the mat and give a little push, you can hold the twist or maybe create a deeper twist. If you want, you could also pick up your left hand and slide it around your right side. This is owl pose. Let's keep breathing. We'll release the twist. Let's come back to the center, extending your arms apart. And we'll turn in the opposite direction. Now, twisting towards the right, your left hand will come to your right knee. We'll look over the right shoulder. You can extend your arm back, or you could lightly bring your hand to the ground to hold that twist, or you could take your right hand and slide it around your left side. Holding the stretch. Owl pose. And then we'll release the twist. Let's come back to the center, relaxing the neck and shoulders. We're going to take ourselves onto the hands and knees. So let's uncross the legs. We'll bring the feet towards the back of the mat, hands towards the top of the mat, and we'll center ourselves with the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. For cat pose, as we exhale, we're going to round the back, tucking the chin towards the chest, tucking the tailbone under, and pressing the center of the spine towards the ceiling. Tightening your abdominals, stretching your back. Cat pose. Inhaling, cow pose, arching your back, lifting the chest, pressing your rib cage down. Now we're contracting the back, we're stretching the abdominals, opening the chest. And we're going to move with the breath. Exhaling, cat, rounding your back. And inhaling, cow, arching your back. Following your breath, setting your own pace. We're not in any hurry. We want full, deep breaths in each direction. And then we're going to return to a neutral spine, coming back to the center. And from here, let's go down to the elbows. We're going to do a plank from the forearms. So we want the sides of the hands or the palms of the hands to be pressing into the ground, tightening the abdominals. We're going to extend the legs straight back, tucking the toes under. We don't want to keep the hips lifted up towards the ceiling. We want to lower the hips until the body becomes nice and flat. Now we don't want to let the hips drop down to the mat. Let's keep the body centered. You are welcome to bring your knees to the ground if that feels more comfortable. If you like that extra support, we're going to take a few deep breaths here. Nice, strong. Want to move from this plank to the mat. We'll bring the knees down, and then we'll lower the hips. We'll separate the arms. Let's lower the chest. And we're going to place a hand at either side of the chest so the elbows are up off the ground and arms tucked in close to the body. Your toes are untucked now, tops of the feet resting on the mat as well. For Cobra, let's think about using the back instead of the arms. Instead of pushing through the hands to lift, we're going to use the back to lift the chest up away from the ground, then chin up away from the chest. Your hands are very light. Your feet are relaxed. It's your back that is doing the work. You want to keep breathing here. This is our cobra pose. To move from cobra to a child's pose, pressing up to the hands and knees. We're going to sit all the way back to the heels. If you're a little tight in your hips or the quadriceps, the top of your legs, it might feel better to take the knees apart slightly, sitting back at the heels, and just let your torso drop, let your head drop, let your arms rest. We'll take a few breaths here. Child's pose is a recovery position, so you can come back to child's pose anytime you want. Bring ourselves back to the hands and knees. And we are going to try a downward dog pose. With your hands pointing straight ahead, we're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to lift the knees off the ground, using the strength in your arms to press your body back. And we want to press the hips towards the wall behind us. Alternating heel presses. So one heel at a time is reaching towards the floor, and you're stretching your calf muscles. A little stretch through your feet. If this is uncomfortable in your wrists or shoulders, you are more than welcome to bring your knees down to the mat. Let's inhale and lift up onto the toes on both feet. And as we exhale, we'll press back. Both heels reaching down and back. Even if your heels aren't going to touch the mat, you want to keep reaching them towards the mat and into the stretch. Let's do that again. We'll inhale and lift up onto the toes, and we'll exhale and press back. And one more time, inhaling up and exhaling back, letting your head drop between your arms. This is our downward dog. Let's breathe here. And now we'll bring the knees down to the mat. And let's return to a seated position, turning to the side. We will take the feet apart. We're going to open up the hips, nice long stretch for the legs, little stretch for the inner thigh as well. Relaxing the shoulders. Let's sit up. And we're going to bend just the right knee. And we're going to take a stretch for the right side of the body. Lifting your right arm up, we want to roll the shoulder back a little bit. So the arm is going to stay next to the ear. Your left hand can come to the outside of your left leg. We're going to lean to the left and pressing your hand to the mat. Let's give a little push with the rib cage to the right wall and stretch along the right side of the body. Then we'll inhale and lift the arms up. We'll let that right arm relax. Let's bend the left knee. We'll extend the right leg out to the side. Then taking your left arm up, rolling the shoulder back. With your right arm to the outside of the right leg, we're going to lean to the right, gently pressing the rib cage to the left and stretching along the left side of your body. And then we'll inhale and lift up. And we'll relax the left arm. Let's bend the right knee and turn on the mat so we can extend the legs all the way forward, feet together. And we want to relax the shoulders and again, lengthen the spine. Now, we're stretching the hamstrings. If you're really tight through the back of the legs, you can get a great stretch just by sitting up. So if you're feeling a deep stretch, you can stay here. If you want to increase the stretch slightly, we'll lean forward. We don't want to reach forward and lean back. Let's start from that long spine and bring the body forward. Your muscles will let you know when you've gone far enough. We don't want pain. We won't be able to hold it if it hurts. So you want to go into that stretch. When your body tells you to stop, we'll stay there. Just give yourself some time to get used to the way the stretch feels. Let's just breathe. And then carefully sitting up, lifting the chest, bringing the hands in. Let's bend the knees. We're going to take ourselves all the way down. So if you don't have room behind you on the mat, just scoot forward a little bit. We'll extend the arms forward and tighten the abdominals. Now we're going to use our core strength to lower the spine. If your back starts to hurt at all, please bring your hands to the ground and use your arms to support yourself on the way down. If your back is feeling comfortable, we'll keep the arms forward, we'll tuck the tailbone under, and we will slowly start to lower the spine. Try not to let momentum or gravity take over. You're using your control to come down one vertebrae at a time. You want to keep breathing, slowly lowering to the mat. Bringing your shoulders, your head, and your arms to the ground. We'll walk the feet a little bit closer to the body. Pressing your feet into the mat, let's lift the hips up off of the mat. And we're going to take a stretch for the shoulders and the chest. We want to walk the arms underneath the body. So we're going to roll the shoulders under. You can turn the palm of the hand up, or you could interlace your fingers. As you roll the shoulders under, you start to open the chest. And then we'll push with the feet and press the hips up just a little bit higher, lifting into the bridge. Let's hold this stretch for a few breaths. To release this stretch, we'll carefully walk the arms out from underneath the body, and we'll lower the spine from the neck to the tailbone. When your low back and your hips have rested on the ground, let's bring the knees up into a tuck. You can give yourself a hug. And if you would like to give a little massage for your back, you can gently rock side to side. And now we'll return to the center with a hand on each knee, pulling the knees towards the body, then relaxing your hips so your knees and your feet can come apart, and you're pulling your knees towards your sides. We're opening the hips, we're stretching the inner thigh. If you're feeling a good stretch, this is perfect. You can stay right here. If you would like to try the happy baby pose, then we're going to lift the feet up. We're keeping the knees bent, but the bottoms of the feet are going to be facing the ceiling. We'll bring the arms inside the legs, then palms of the hands over the bottoms of the feet as we press the knees towards the ground on either side. And that is happy baby. Let's hold it here. From happy baby, we'll return to that open tuck. We'll bring the feet down. We'll place a hand on each knee. And now we can bring the knees and the feet together. Let's keep the knees bent, and we'll place both feet down on the mat. We want to take the right foot to the left knee, and we'll just let the right knee drop out to the side. We're going to stretch the outer hip on the right side. Lifting your head, looking at the legs. Let's pick the left foot up off the ground. We'll take both hands behind the left leg and pull the knee towards the chest. You can relax your upper body. We're just stretching that right hip. If your hip is feeling tight, you're getting a great stretch here. You can stay just like this. If you would like to, you could straighten your left leg and push up through the heel. Now you're getting a stretch for your left hamstring and also opening that right hip. And you can hold the stretch this way if you want. If you'd like to try pigeon pose, the next step is to hold onto your right foot with both hands, keeping the right leg in place, and lowering your left leg until it's just above the ground. Then tightening the abdominals and lifting the upper body. We want to wrap both arms around the right leg, like you're giving yourself a hug. We don't want to pull the knee in. The leg still goes across the body. And we'll slide the leg towards the chest, not shrugging the shoulders, but sliding your leg in and up and pushing forward through the left heel. This is pigeon. We're going to take a breath here. Let's hold that nice stretch. To move from this pigeon pose into a spinal twist. So we'll bring the left leg to the ground, we'll relax the upper body, and now you can pull the right knee towards the chest. You can give yourself a little hug. We'll place the left hand on the right knee, your right arm resting at your side. Turning the head to the right, we're going to bring the legs to the left. You can bring your right leg over the top of your left leg, or you could bend both knees if that's more comfortable in your lower back. We want to make sure that both of the shoulders are going to stay on the ground. So if you notice that your right shoulder is lifting up, you want to adjust your upper body slightly so both shoulders can stay down as you sink into that twist. Head to the right, legs to the left. The more you can relax, the more your body is going to be able to twist. from this twist, let's carefully return to the center. We'll keep the right knee bent. We'll bring the right foot down, left foot to the right knee, your left knee dropping out to the side. And now we'll lift the head. Let's look at the legs. Picking your right foot up off the mat, both hands go behind the right leg as we pull the knee towards the chest, relaxing your upper body. And now we're stretching the left hip. Each side is a little different. This does not have to feel the same as it did on the other side. You're welcome to hold the stretch here if it feels good, or you could straighten your right leg and press up through the heel and hold the stretch that way if you want. If you'd like to move on to pigeon, then we'll hold on to the left foot with both hands. We'll bring the right leg down until it's just above the ground. Tightening the abdominals, lifting the upper body, and wrapping your arms around the left leg. Without shredding the shoulders, we'll slide the left leg in and up. We'll continue to push through the right heel, and we'll breathe. Pigeon pose. Let's stay here. To move from pigeon into our spinal twist, we'll bring the right leg to the ground. We'll relax the upper body and bring the left knee towards the chest. Now right hand on the left knee, left arm to your side. As we turn the head to the left, we'll bring the legs to the right, keeping both shoulders on the mat, adjusting as you need to, and then relaxing, sinking into that twist. Return to the center. And now we'll extend the left leg all the way down. Getting comfortably settled on the mat. Let's lift the arms up and all the way overhead. Then we'll point the toes. We want to stretch through the whole body, reaching back through the fingertips, forward through the toes. Big, big stretch. And then releasing the stretch, letting your arms fall however they want to be. The rest of your muscles can relax as well. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, and we'll turn to the side that feels most comfortable. Letting yourself relax like you might sink into bed. Resting on the ground. Let's give a little bit of a push so we can start to come up to a seated position. We want to return to our prayer pose. Hands in front of the heart, shoulders relaxed. Let's close the eyes, and as you inhale, think about filling your body, breathing right into your center. And as you exhale, you can rest your hands in your lap, and you can bring your head to one shoulder. You want to stretch the neck. Let's slowly roll the head forward and over to the other shoulder, taking your time. And we'll do that again, rolling your head forward and all the way over to the other shoulder. And this time, rolling your head forward, but stopping in the center with your chin towards your chest. So you're stretching down the spine, you're stretching through the back of the neck. And with your eyes closed, lifting your head, sitting up, imagine that you are weightless. And as you inhale, you can float with that breath. And as you exhale, you can settle into your muscles. You can place yourself just how you want to be. And you can rest here until you feel ready to move. And we are all finished. Thank you for joining me for some yoga. Namaste.